don't want to know. Truly, because if you did, you would know. If you truly wanted to know yourself, you would. This is the lie you tell yourself. This is the self-deluding mind. This is the declaration, the empty declarations of the ego and the character that they are willing to learn, that they want to know. But truly, you simply don't want to. In this spiritual journey, many of you partake. There is like a notion of seeking and of willing to sacrifice and of willing to change. And everything seems to be in order. We want to know. We will learn how to. We will learn the books. We will listen to the videos of people we appreciate. And we will do our best and we will learn. And we will know. But basically, underneath this declaration, there is a great fear of looking directly at what you want to know, and there is lacking of courage to do that. I'm sorry. This has to be the case if you still don't know. Because the grace of this thing, this emptiness, nothingness, what we are, all nothingness, is ever present, is ever willing, is ever open and wanting. It's like a mother that will always accept you, no matter what. It's a house always open. It's your house. It's your home. Nothing you can do will make the house or the nothingness what want you to know, deprive you from knowing, limit you from knowing. This all nothingness, this thing is always open, is always just waiting for this character that claims it wants to know. It is waiting and it says, okay, I am here. Know me, know you, know this thing, this is it. This is like a bargain, and all nothingness always keeps its part of the bargain. Always. It will always be there. You can depend on it, rely on it, this is it. But your side of the bargain is what's not being executed or kept. Your side of the bargain. You don't want to know. The character doesn't want to know. It's very hard because it is a very sophisticated mechanism inside the structures, the psychological structures of the character, that just takes the character and makes the character, the ego, the thing that identifies with the character, believe that he really wants to be in the know. And it's great persuasion, inner persuasion. There is great persuasion that, yes, I do want to know. Most or all seekers lie to themselves because their behavior is so different from what it ought to have been if they really wanted to know. If the seeker really wanted to know, he would act in a different way than he does right now. And he would pay attention to the things that really matter and not celebrate all these trivial things that are just the decorations and the exotic parts of the search and things that makes him feel better and easier. Because this seeking is like standing in the neon light, in the harshest neon light of self-examination, of looking at the character. And no one wants to do that. It's much easier to just take a nice warm blanket of meditation, of some kind of classes, of some kind of community, and just comfy. It's so comfy. And it doesn't challenge the character to really examine herself, because even if she does self-exploration, she reaches conclusions that are so aligned with what she has thought about herself or what the world should be like. And the whole thing, I don't have a nice word for it because it's so self-indulgent. It's indulging the self. It's giving the self candy. And what's worse is that it disguises itself as the will to know, as this pure thing, as the willing to know what you are. So the search itself becomes an addiction, some kind of addiction of the character that truly all she wants is pass the time in a more pleasant way, disguising it as a will to know. The will to know is very different from this search. And you can see that, and you can ask yourself, am I a true seeker? Do I really want to know? A true seeker is someone who is willing to truly and bravely and very, in a deep and profound way, examine its character and behave in a certain way. This true seeker who really wants to know will not be satisfied with words and beautiful phrases and spiritual experiences, even amazing spiritual experiences like psychedelics or like just inner glimpsing. All of these things have nothing to do with truly seeking, with truly knowing. The true seeker has to be very, very honest. You have to be prepared to accept the truth. Not many people can, because the truth is sometimes hard to digest, to understand. It demands something from you, the truth. It demands something that it's so much easier to cooperate with something that is false. It's easy, it's convenient, it's soft, it lies to you, so you'll be like protected. The truth is harsh. The truth is direct. The truth demands action. Try to think about an event that happened in your life where you just didn't want to know the truth about what's happening. You just lied to yourself. People do that sometimes, like in marriage, when they lie to themselves. So sometimes the lie is very big, like someone who is married to a person who is in the closet and doesn't want to acknowledge it because it's too hard. It will break the marriage. It's too hard to cooperate with such truth. So you lie. Because if you acknowledge the truth, you will have to take actions. You have to know something that you don't want to know. And this possibility terrifies you. You don't think about the advantage of the truth. And the truth has this great advantage just by being the correct thing, what is right. This thing is beyond, I don't need to explain why the thing that is right is always better for the character and for the world. It's always better. Simcha has met many people during this time. She started to talk. She's not talking, you know. Not a single word is coming out of this mouth. Nothing is happening right now, but ever since she started this appearance of talking, she met and talked to many people. Many of them declared that they want to know. And how can they know? And she looked and she smiled. But it is evident that if they really wanted to know, they would know. But when she looked at them, declaring that they want to know, she also noticed the place that absolutely didn't, absolutely defied this willing to know. There is in every human being, appearance of a human being, in his heart, we'll call it a heart, this place, the yearning to know, it's always there. Nothing can stop this yearning. It's always there. But it's so like covered. It is covered, and in such a sophisticated way the character doesn't know, because it replaces the actual yearning to know with the fake one, with the fake search, with the addiction of the search. The character doesn't really want to see God face to face. Who does? It's very scary. Do you want to see God face to face? Aren't you scared? Really? So there must be softer ways and more easy ways to do that. Places where I'm the character and I'm getting close to God, and then I'll do something and I'll be in some kind of a relationship with Him, with God, with this thing, and I will gradually understand my true nature. No, the true nature is always there. You are this true nature, blunt, direct, Israel style. If you declare, I truly, really, I want to know, ask yourself, are you burning with this need to know? Is this the most important thing in your life? Not the philosophical side of it, not the idea of it, because the idea of knowing will always just be an idea, just an idea. It will never become your reality. Simcha is declaring that this thing is depending on your behavior. So the behavior, your actions, must align with this yearning to know. So when you ask yourself, I really want to know, I'm asking you, are you willing to behave in a way that really respects this yearning to know? To behave, not to understand, not to realize through self-exploration, to behave as a character, to be, really, to be this thing? And are you burning with the need to do that, to evolve in such a way as a character in your life, and to act in such a way that will make and inspire other people and just make a difference in the world, something that is grand? Do you burn in this desire? This is the desire to know, not the philosophical one. The character Simcha did not realize her true nature by thinking about it. She never examined herself or questioned herself and wanted to know in some kind of something that happened here in the mind. It would never happen to her. If she did that, it will never happen to the character if you continue this road of self-exploration and willing to know through the words. Words are just expressions, just idea, more ideas, more confusion inside the mind. Truly making a difference inside reality by acting is the only way to know yourself. This is the only way. Seekers are not interested in becoming better characters or persons. This is not something that interests them. Truly becoming a person that looks at other people in a way you should look at other people, as if they were you, reflections of you. You respect everything around you. You honor everything around you. Everything around you is sacred, so you act accordingly. But people don't want to do that. They want to narrow this search and to know what is inside this very limited spiritual realm of just descriptions of what this nature of this thing is. Okay. It's very interesting. The nature of this thing, the emptiness, and everything about this unity, and it's beautiful. It's like beautiful. It's standing in it and watching like poetry. It's beautiful, but it's not the thing itself. It's descriptions of the thing itself. And reading the description of the thing itself will not make you the thing itself. If you want to be the thing itself, if you want to know, you have to become the thing itself. How do you become the thing itself? You just do. You are everything. You become what you are. How do you do that? Only through what is at your disposal right now. One body you have at your disposal. It's very close, it's near, you know how to activate it, and you have a mind that can decide what actions to take. You have the boat, you have the rose, and you choose to look at the picture of the island you want to reach. Just looking at the picture and seeing the volcano, beautiful volcano and forest, you want to reach this island. You are sitting in a boat. The rose are in your hands. And you think that if you look strongly enough in the picture, somehow this island will come to you. It will float over the ocean and come to your boat. No, it will not. You have to row the boat to the island. Rowing the boat is behaving in a certain way. Oh, and she's so self-righteous, and Miss Goody Two-Shoes, and Mrs. Nice Guy, and compassion and everything. Simcha, this character. And she's saying, maybe it's not relatable, because people are different in their structures, and maybe some people don't find it so easy to be just nice to other people, just do kind things for other people, just being a mensch, a person that other people enjoy. But this is the only way she can offer to knowing. She became the thing itself by representing the thing itself in the most loyal possible way. This is the thing. It is active. It is generous and kind. And this is it. And all the mystery, the grand mystery, which is a grand mystery beyond the perception of the identification of the character, is there. She described it, Simcha described it in many videos, but the point of wanting to know, better stop lying to yourself that you really want to know. And doing the minimum you possibly can to really know, to change, to evolve. And sometimes people get too immersed in the search and they just like sacrifice themselves. And we saw so many people fall in so many traps, and it's so dangerous. This is why the search must be an individual one, without a teacher, without a method, without anything to lead you. And what Simcha offers you is take the teaching and everything from what surrounds you, what you are right now. Do everything inside this thing. Don't look for anything or anyone that will show you. It is the grace of this thing that is always there. It's like great big light that's always there, and you actively run in the other direction, covered in some kind of protective cloth. You don't want to be exposed to this bright light. You don't want to know the truth. You are afraid. You are not committed. You choose the things that are comfortable for you to deliver and do. You choose the belief systems that are comfortable. And most important, you choose to just deny the reality around you from its power, deny the sacredness of what you are and who the other people are and what is happening. And you don't want to realize that the only way to know is dive deep inside your own specific character in your life and behave in a way, in such a way that would just, you think, this would make my mother proud, this would make my favorite uncle proud of me, that I behaved like this. Every moment you should be consumed with this desire to becoming someone that people admire, that people love. Not because he's high and mighty, or is rich, or is progressed spiritually. Just because he's a wonderful person. Just become a wonderful person. If you want to know, be a wonderful person. This thing is wonderful. All nothingness is wonderful. Be this wonderful thing yourself in your life. Do that, and grace will have the opportunity finally to connect to you.